does is brings together people, conversations, and content in a truly beautiful way. So we take a look at some of the things that we can do with Delve that really start to bring it to life. It's just a fantastic information war tool that is that ambient intelligence. I can do things like look at the information that's being presented to me. So what happens here is the Office Graph knows which meetings I've been in. So it goes into my calendar, it can understand which meetings I've been in, what content was presented. So no longer do I search for that information across file shares, it simply just finds me because it's relevant. What documents are trending around me? What documents those people are working with? And it says, hey Steve, here's a bunch of documents that your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers are working on that may be interested to you.
Like a Facebook news feed, except it's for the Office Graph, not your social graph.
And I can search across anything inside of Bill's inside of our organization, but it immediately knows the Bills I work with and scopes down to Bill Burr. So if I affect an organizational hierarchical view, I can see who Bill's manager is, I can see who we share a manager with and who Bill's direct reports are. But I can also see some other very interesting things, activity views, views that you would never get normally inside of the organization. So I can identify who Bill works with, by who we both work with. So actions inside of the organization because of the power of Delve and the power of that Office Graph.
And especially when you think about in a multi-device world, we use these different devices for different things. On the phone, I may want to use Delve to just keep up with what's happening. On my notebook at work, I do the work. That notion of having a device family and these experiences is how we think productivity will fundamentally change. Now, the one last thing we want to show you is something that I would say we as an industry have been dreaming about, have been working at ever since perhaps the Second World War, when the code breaking technology and great software was used to do that. And since then, there has been this continuous march on technologies like machine translation. And now, in recent times, we've been able to put together what have been three distinct streams of research: machine translation and speech synthesis. It's not, but building them together in a net that has magical properties. And the first magical property that we are going to use it for is to perhaps solve one of the oldest human beings have had, which is we want to be able to provide in Skype a translate service, 2 different languages, and yet in real time. That's the dream of Skype Translate. And now, this will be the first time we will be testing it in an acoustic model building. And we will see if it works. Fingers crossed. Let's go for it.
Okay, so I watched this demo because the first time I saw this technology in my life, I knew it was going to change my family. I moved to Seattle about 4 years ago, as you know.
And your English?
Well, they kind of understand my English. I'm getting there slowly but surely, you know. So I moved to Seattle, and all of my family is back in the UK, and my mother-in-law is Chinese, and I've known my mother-in-law for 25 years, and I've exchanged about 6, and she doesn't speak English. But perhaps more importantly, you know, my mother-in-law is over 80, so
that could be a word.
This was not scripted.
I just thought of it. Go for it.
So, the thing I'm really interested in is having my 2 small children. So I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. And wouldn't it be wonderful if in the lifetime of I would be able to have a conversation with her every day of flies around? Wouldn't it be... Wouldn't it sit there in front of the TV and be able to have a conversation in real time in their language and for my mother-in-law to have a conversation in her language. So we're going to try and see that in action. I'm expecting a call any moment now from a friend of mine, Melanie. Melanie's German, and she has been celebrating. So any second now, Good afternoon, Melanie. How are you?
Geht es dir?
Hier.
How is it, me friends?
Sorry, Melanie, say that again?
Melanie, sag das nochmal.
Mir geht es gut. Wie geht es
I am
dir?
well. How are you doing?
Worldwide Partner Conference with 16,000 age, so no pressure.
Gut, danke. Aber weltweite Partnerkonferenz mit 16.000 Palmos auf der großen Bühne. Also, kein Druck.
Hast du die Weltmeisterschaft gesehen?
Have seen the World Cup.
Yes, I did see the World Cup. Congratulations.
Ja.
Ich könnte knapp feiern.
I could not be happier. I celebrated the whole night.
In einem einzigen Spiel hat Deutschland mehr Tore geschossen als England in den letzten 2 Veranstaltungen zusammen.
A single game, Germany has scored more goals than England in the last 2 events together.
Very funny, Melanie. I'm more of a cricket fan.
Sie voll, Melanie.
Was machst du nach der Veranstaltung?
What are you doing after the event?
This afternoon, I fly back to Seattle. Then on Thursday, I fly to New York, followed by Miami, then back to Seattle. And at the end of July, I'm going to fly to the UK to see my friends and family in London.
Ich fliege zurück nach Seattle. Und dann am Donnerstag, ich fliege nach New York gefolgt von Miami. Und dann zurück nach Seattle. Und am Ende Juli werde ich fliegen nach Großbritannien, um meine Freunde und Familie in London zu sehen.
Wow, das klingt nach einem vollgepackten Kalender.
A packed calendar.
Gute
Journey.
Danke, Melanie, Wiedersehen.
Danke dir. Schönen Abend noch.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good night.
So we want to take technology like that. In fact, this Skype translator to be in preview by end of the year. But it's the kind of work about how we can change individual. Individual lives and because think about Skype Translate applied to customer service. Think about Skype Translate applied in so many other contexts where human communication can be fundamentally transformed. So that entire set of demos hopefully gave you a feel for what we as a partner ecosystem can do for our customers, what is in front of us. For you to take advantage of what we have done, build on us, extend, collectively serve our customers to be able to transform their businesses and their lives. That's the opportunity ahead of us. Any opportunity which requires us to build new skills, which requires us to fundamentally change our approach, business model or otherwise, is only going to happen if we are very successful in renewing our culture. company. We, as I said, have been many of you have been with us through, and we are here in being able to imagine the next turn, the next platform, but also because we changed. We changed the core of who we are in terms of our organization and how we work and our value to our customers. That's the hardest part, really. The technology is the simpler thing. And we all know that, with the boldness that we can change our culture. It's not even this one-time change, it's fuel that we have to have that commitment to succeed with our customers. And that's really what the Microsoft journey is. That's where I spend most of my time. That's where I obsess about how the employees at Microsoft to be able to bring their A game, do their best they do. And that's the journey ahead for us, an episodic journey. With this quote that I used in the last earnings call of ours, about showing courage in the face of reality. With any opportunity, you need to. But as I thought about it, the real thing that we get to do, because of the success we've had, is to go after the skills and technology and business, so in terms of that intrinsic forward. That's why about it is showing that courage in the face of opportunity. Thank you so very much. Have a great WPC. And I look forward to feedback.